Hey guys, DC Network here, coming at you with another video. We have some insane news today coming out of the realm of Cartoon Network, and more specifically, the realm of Ben 10. Seemingly, we have our confirmation that the 6th series of Ben 10 is in active development as of 2025, as well as having our first look at it. Yeah, this is pretty insane to be saying the least. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, apparently this artist named Audrey Torres, however you pronounce his name, he shared a video on his Instagram that essentially is showing the different projects he worked on last year in 2025. This includes some projects from Disney like X-Men 97. I'll leave a link to his Instagram reel below if you guys want to check it out in full. But towards the beginning of his Instagram reel, he shows off Warner Brothers Pictures, Warner Brothers Animation, and I screen recorded the clip for you guys here and took screenshots of every image we have. And essentially what you can see here is the first image is very clearly showing off Ben 10. So there's a lot of images here and I want to break them down individually. So we'll go over that first, and then towards the latter part of this video, I want to go over what this all means as a whole for Ben 10. But the first image here seems to be a forearms-like creature in a gladiator outfit, or they only have 2 arms, but the eyes remind me of 4 arms. And then in the second image, we could see seemingly Ben Tennyson as a chicken. He has the Omnitrix on his wrist, but he looks like a chicken, maybe like Kickenhawk fighting one of these gladiator-like creatures. The second image here shows one of the gladiator-like creatures with Ben putting his arm into the sky with the Omnitrix, and the second image shows us Ben half transformed into some bull-like bipedal alien. The third image here is of them fighting some more, some action shots, and then the fourth image again is a continuation of the fight, seemingly Ben in his human form fighting this, again, 4 arms gladiator looking creature. Then we get another shot of the Cartoon Network logo blurred out with 3 brand new aliens on screen here. I'm going to say that for these aliens, I think it's probably all the same alien conceptually, just different versions of it, because we see here on the top right that for whatever that alien that kind of looks more like an aquatic creature, it says D next to it. So I'm thinking all of these are designs for one particular new alien, just different avenues they might go down with it. So on the left we have what kind of looks like a badger or rabbit type creature, like a wolf sort of. On the top right we have again that aquatic looking one, and on the bottom right we have something that looks very similar to Ditto from the original continuity. In the next image here we have what is very clearly a mouse, and I really like this alien a lot conceptually. It's a little tiny mouse that kind of has a fin on its head and it kind of looks like it's wearing a hood. Our next image here shows more mouse-like aliens. Again, I assume these are different takes on the same alien because you can see C on the left and you can see F on the bottom one. So again, I think these are different takes on the same alien, but the top one kind of looks more like a mechanical, maybe more so a psychic type alien, because the segments between the tail and the ears are kind of floating in thin air. So maybe this is more of a psychic type creature, or maybe it's more of a mechanical like being, like Echo Echo, where the appendages are kind of floating and just using magnetism to connect to the main body. And then below we have another rabbit that kind of looks like it's a hunter. To me, I could see this using a bow and arrow very easily to hunt down its prey. In the next image, again, we have more concepts of this rat-like alien. We have, again, D and G making me think more and more that these are just different concepts for the same alien. D kind of reminds me of like gray matter a bit, fused with this rat-like alien. And G is, again, a completely different take from what we've seen thus far. Honestly, all of these I like a lot thus far. And then we have another alien here in design F, which looks more like a cat-like alien, kind of like a ninja cat, which is rather cool looking to me. And something I've been noticing about a lot of these is they do have a black and white aesthetic to them. So I'm wondering if Ben is going to look like the classic Ben Tennyson with that black and white classic tee. Does this mean anything for when this series could possibly take place? We don't know, but we'll get into that a little bit later. Then we have designs B and E, which again, these are more rat-like creatures. The top one kind of reminds me of Grafaiai from Pokemon. I don't know, just the design of the face reminds me of Grafaiai. And the bottom one is a different looking rat where the ears are larger, kind of like an elephant. And then the last design here we have is design C, and I guess this is again for the badger cat looking one. So seemingly what I'm gathering from this is 2 separate alien designs, one of which is going to be a rat and one of which looks like it's going to be more of a badger or a cat or fox type alien. So overall, this is absolutely insane to be seeing. We just got the confirmation from an artist that there is a Ben 10 series that's in actively development that is seemingly getting getting storyboarded right now at Cartoon Network Studios. To me, this means we're probably going to get an announcement for this series this year, given that it looks like they're pretty well along into the process of actually making this show. If they're making the storyboards for it, I would imagine this is farther along in production than just a basic pilot. It looks like they're fully developing this series, given that we're seeing a multitude of alien designs for it. And just overall, this is absolutely insane. I was not expecting to see this on a random Tuesday. Like literally, I was out today and I opened up Reddit and then I saw someone posting screenshots of our first look at a new Ben 10. And I was like, wait, what is going on here? And then I saw they linked the Instagram to it. And again, absolute insanity here. Like I literally am at a loss for words that this is actually happening right now. As to what this all means, as I stated at a multitude of points in this video, I think it's pretty clear to say that there is a 6th series of Ben 10 that is in active development that we're probably going to hear about this year. And given what we're seeing now from this is all from at some point in 2025. I'd imagine that this show's probably coming out next year, which again, this is really exciting to be seeing. But the bigger question, I guess, from this is what exactly is this series going to be about and what form is it going to take? Is this going to be a brand new continuity in and of itself, or is this going to be a continuation of Ben Prime's story? Because that's really the two avenues that we're waiting on right now. Are we going to see a brand new take on Ben like we're going to get in this comic book that's coming out in May, or are we going to see the continuation of Ben Prime? Because I feel like all of the, not everyone, but I feel like a lot of the community does want to see the continuation of Ben Prime's story. I know I do, at least. I know a lot of you do from seeing the comments on different videos and whatnot. The thing is that we can tell from this shot here, from these images that we have, is Ben is fighting off against some gladiator looking creatures. And just aesthetically from, I know this isn't fully animated, and this is kind of just concept art, you know, for the storyboards. From what I'm seeing here, to me, I'm getting a more dark and gritty feeling from this series. Like just from the concept art of the aliens alone, they look more menacing to me and they look more just dark in tone and nature. And if you look at the action sequences, like this does not look like something you would have seen come out of the Ben 10 reboot. This looks like something that is more dark and serious in tone because you have this giant gladiator looking creature commanding another gladiator looking creature, then fighting Ben, and Ben looks like he's, I don't want to say struggling against these guys, but they look like they're menacing. Like just looking at this image here where you have this creature again looking like forearms but with two arms just jumping in the air about to pounce down on Ben. Like this does not look like a run-of-the-mill kids show that's going to appear on Cartoon Network. Like this looks like it's going to be much more dark and serious in tone, most likely being for Adult Swim or maybe another streaming service provider. But yeah, this is all absolutely insane to be seeing here. I'd have to imagine that we are going to get the announcement at some point this year that Ben 10 is returning in 2027 with whatever this series is. It's hard to tell from the images of Ben himself as to what age he could possibly be. I would say that in some shots it looks like he could pass off as a 10-year-old like he is in the original series, but in other shots it does look like he's older and taller in stature, so I'm thinking this might be an older version of Ben. I'm really hoping, fingers crossed, that this is a continuation of Ben Prime. And the thing is that's kind of, I don't want to say leading me in that direction or pushing me towards that theory, but the fact of the matter is here that we have a wide variety of alien designs here, and I would say probably the designs we're looking at are for two brand new aliens, one that's based off of a mouse and another one that's based off of a cat or a badger or a fox. It's kind of hard to tell from the images. And also too, if you look at the initial shots we have, there's one where Ben's kind of turning into like this minotaur like bull where he has this tail on him and it looks like he's got like hooves from a bull, and then the other one where he's a chicken. So I'm thinking that this might be a brand new just series within Ben Prime's continuity. And the reason I say this, and I could be wrong here, but the fact of the matter is here that we're looking at 4 brand new aliens potentially that are going to be introduced within the original 10, I would imagine, for this brand new series. And the fact that we're seeing 4 brand new aliens makes me think that, again, this is a continuation of Ben Prime's story, because from what we've seen before with Ben 10, like for the Ben 10 reboot, for example, they never really gave us a brand new grouping of original 10. Like the only time we've ever gotten that is within the continuations for Ben Prime. In Ben 10 Alien Force, we saw a brand new original 10 that differed from the original series. In Ben 10 Ultimate Alien, once again, we saw a brand new original 10 that differed from the original series. That time around, the Ultimatrix kind of had access to all of Ben's aliens, so it wasn't like we were seeing these exclusively like we were in Alien Force. Then in Ben 10 Omniverse, once again, we had a brand new grouping of 10 original aliens for Ben, but again, just like with Ultimate Alien, Ben had all of the aliens at his disposal, so we were seeing these mixed in with the classic aliens we all know everyone love. But with the Ben 10 reboot, when they decided to start things from scratch once again, the only brand new alien we saw as a part of the original 10 for Ben in that continuity was Overflow. Everybody else was from a prior iteration of Ben. Most of the original 10 from the reboot were a part of the original 10 in the original series. The only ones that were from the original series, not a part of the original 10, were Wildvine and Cannibolt, but again, those were aliens being reused for this new batch of 10. The only brand new one was Overflow. So to me, the fact that they're showing 4 brand new aliens in this little sizzle reel that we got is indicating to me that this might actually be a continuation of Ben Prime's story, because they're showing a lot of brand new unique looking aliens, and I feel like if they're rebooting Ben from scratch, they probably wouldn't do that. I mean, I could be wrong here, but I'm just basing this off of how they handled the reboot. They wanted to build off of the nostalgia of Ben 10 and had us really just revisit all the old aliens once again outside of Overflow. And even throughout the run of the reboot, I've said this multiple times, but the biggest disappointment to me about the reboot was the fact that we barely got any new aliens. I think we got 5 in total in the entirety of the Ben 10 reboot. The rest were just recycled aliens from the original continuity, but here we have 4 brand new ones right off the bat, which is telling me that this might actually be a continuation taking place after Omniverse. And again, it seems like it's going to be much more dark and serious in tone. Just from the little clips that we have here, from the little images from this sizzle reel, it just seems more dark to me. I don't know if I'm the only one getting that impression. Let me know down below if you agree with me, but it just seems like it's going to be much more dark, and it seems like these aliens are maybe invading the Earth. And I don't know, I'm really excited right now. If you can't tell from the tone of my voice and just in me making this video, I am so excited by what we're seeing here. We've all been dying to see what's next for Ben for the past 4, well, almost 5 years actually at this point. It was in April of 2021 when the reboot ended. And for someone like me or you who wasn't a fan of the reboot, we've been waiting for 12 years since Omniverse ended back in October of 2014. We're finally getting the next Ben 10. Like, this is sick. This is amazing to be seeing. It's a little unfortunate that Cartoon Network didn't, get out ahead of this and actually announce it and tell us about it. It's kind of unfortunate that just the entire time for the past 5 years that we've talked about a 6 series, it has always been because of someone behind the scenes. At first, it was Duncan Rolu talking about, the fact that they were going to have some announcement for the end of 2021 that didn't happen. Then when that series got canceled, did we get the comments from Jason DeMarco in 2023 that he's working on ideas for the next iteration of Ben 10. Then we never heard anything after that. Now in 2026, we get these images from 2025 that are very clearly for a Ben 10 that is in active development. And I will say real quick, I hope that this artist here, Audrey Torres, doesn't get in trouble for these images, because clearly from the reel that I saw on Instagram, it's very clear to me that he's just excited to be showing, hey, look at all I worked on in the year 2025. It was a great year for me within the animation space. These are the different projects I worked on, and Ben 10 happened to be in there. It probably shouldn't have been in there. I'm assuming at the point in time at which Warner Brothers Discovery finds out about this, they might end up reaching out to him and saying, hey, you got to take this down, because the same thing happened to Jason DeMarco in 2023. Once that tweet got out there, they made him take it down. It was deleted. So I'm assuming something similar might happen here, but I really hope the artist doesn't get in trouble. Clearly, this was not meant to pull the rug out from underneath Warner Brothers Discovery. This is just someone who's excited about the work he's working on and wanted to share what he accomplished in 2025 to the world. I hope they don't take that the wrong way and he gets in trouble because of that, but that's a side note. The last thing I will say, and this is coming from Ben 10 News on Twitter, they did point out that Audrey has worked on shows like X-Men 97 and currently has an NDA TV show project listed for Warner Brothers Animation and Cartoon Network on his portfolio, which is very clearly whatever this Ben 10 series is going to be. But yeah, the fact we're getting images for this thing, the fact that it's being storyboarded, the fact that they're that deep into developing new designs for Ben's new aliens means that this series is coming relatively soon. And I say relatively soon. I'd imagine it's going to be 2027, but we're going to get an announcement at some point this year if this thing is really happening here. If they didn't pull the plug on this project, which I'd be shocked if that's the case, given the amount of information we're getting here from these images, the amount of images that we're seeing. This isn't something from, hey, we're pitching a pilot for a brand new series, because there wouldn't be this many new alien designs if this was just a pilot for a new Ben 10 that hasn't been greenlit yet. Like, no, this is for a brand new 6 series that is fully in production right now, and I'm absolutely ecstatic to be making this video, because I've been saying to you guys for a while now, and this video is running on a bit longer than I anticipated and initially intended for it to, but I've been saying to you guys for a while now that I am tired of making the video saying what's next for Ben 10. I'm tired of making videos speculating on what is going on behind the scenes with this 6 series, and this is finally our first real concrete piece of information that we have regarding the 6 series. Again, it's in a form that is rather unfortunate. I feel like Warner Brothers Discovery should have announced that, hey, we're working on something and given us a title for it and just more context of what we're looking at here, as opposed to an artist, posting a sizzle reel on his Instagram of everything he worked on last year in 2025. Again, typical Warner Brothers Discovery Cartoon Network fashion. They mishandled the situation, but nevertheless, the big story for today is we're getting a 6th series of Ben 10, guys. Like, it's actually happening, and we have our first look at it, and I am beyond excited, to say the least. Anyways, let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think about all this. Are you guys just in awe like I am and just shocked that this dropped today? Are you shocked to be seeing our first look at the 6th iteration of Ben 10? And not only that, but our first look at a handful of new aliens for Ben and a multitude of designs for those said aliens. Like, let me know what you think down below about all this, because as I said before, this is a mind-blowing situation and I'm kind of just at a loss. I cannot believe this is happening, and let me know if you're as excited as I am, because I am absolutely stoked right now and I cannot wait to see what is coming next for Ben 10. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to see more content like this from DC Network. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.